Hi guys, so before the video starts, this is the only time in the video you can be able to see me, the whole screen of myself, but today's video, I am doing scary videos today, so without further ado, and guys, before school's coming back soon, and sadly I will not be uploading videos during that time. I'm sorry, but anyways, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so this video is McDonald's horror story. And guys, so on YouTube everybody's been doing this videos like reacting to scary videos. So I was like, hey, and I looked up on YouTube like, hey, what about I start doing this? Because I've been wanting to do this time, and guess what today? Look on this computer screen. Look at that. We're wrecking. So without further ado, let's get in the video.
It was about 3 in the morning and I was on my way to my job at my local McDonald's to open with one of my favorite managers there with me. She told me to text her when I got there so that she could let me inside. Once I pulled in, I noticed a man standing outside of his car in the farthest corner of the parking lot. He was shooting me this sort of menacing stare. Let me point out that it's completely pouring out.
Guys, who the freak watches somebody outside? I don't get that. Who watches someone outside? Let's continue the story.
Outside. I was really confused as to why this guy wasn't just sitting in his car.
I swear,
why is he texted my manager to let me inside. Seconds later, I noticed her at the door opening it for me. Upon walking up to her, I say my usual good morning. I was stopped mid-sentence by her rushing me inside and saying, "Did you see that guy outside?" I told her yes, and she proceeded to help me refill sauces, napkins, and things like that. My manager then told me that she's going to check the security tapes just to make sure that everything during the period that the restaurant was closed was okay.
Check the camera.
Minutes later, my manager called me into her office for whatever reason. She told me to look at the screen, and it showed that the same man was standing outside.
Guys,
the time was 12:47.
Out right now.
She then fast-forwarded the tape to reveal that the man had been standing outside the entire time up until now. And at this point, it's about 3:50 a.m. I ran to the front lobby and I noticed him still standing over by his car. I figured, or was hoping, that he was probably just on something and he was waiting for us to open so that maybe he could get breakfast. I resumed filling sauces again and making sure everything was in working order, until I was abruptly interrupted by banging at the front door. I walked over and noticed a figure right outside the front door.
Okay.
It was the man. I yelled that we were closed and that he would have to come back later. That didn't seem to faze him as he continued to bang on the door. I walked away, figuring that he was just being an asshole, when suddenly I heard a loud crash. I ran to the lobby to see the glass door broken and the man beginning to step inside. I yelled for my manager and told her that we needed to leave through the back door. And we did just that. We booked it to our cars and both called the cops. They arrived in about 15 minutes and came outside the restaurant with a dirty-looking man in cuffs. They said he was hiding in the back janitor's closet with a large knife in his hand. So that's my story, and also the reason I'm never working early mornings again.
Guys, that is so creepy. Well, don't. Yo, why were they joopy like that? Why were they so joopy like that? Alright guys, so the next one is, wait, y'all can't see that. A Scary Vacation Story 3. So, whoa! Camera. Stop! Alright, so in this one, well, I'm not even gonna spoil it for you, because some of you probably didn't see it, but if you didn't see it, good job, because this is today's video. Right, let's get started.
During my holiday, I spent about 3 weeks in Japan. I arrived pretty late, so I couldn't check into the hotel that I initially booked, so I booked the cheapest hotel that I could find nearby. Aesthetically, it was quite nice, but it did have easy access to the building, meaning anyone could come in and go to any room as they please. Plus, there was no security in sight. After arriving in my room, I ordered some food and watched some TV. I was still pretty jet-lagged from the flight, so I started to get ready for bed. As I was falling asleep, I felt the urge to double-check the door just to see if it was locked.
Yeah.
I didn't think anything was going to happen, but I'd rather be safe than sorry.
See, guys, this is why you should double-check the door, because you don't know who it could be. It could be a stranger. You don't know who could be at the door.
About 5 minutes after I checked the door, I heard footsteps outside. Initially, I thought it was someone leaving their room, but the footsteps started to pick up speed. The sound started getting louder and louder, and I started to freak out a little. All of a sudden, the sound stopped. I looked at the light shining through the bottom of my door, and there was a shadow of a person. At first, I thought it was room service.
Cut the lights on.
For that. Or maybe it was some drunk idiot who was at the wrong room.
Cut the lights on, cut the lights on.
As I switched my light on, the shadow disappeared.
This is
weird. I was
weird.
confused, but I reluctantly went back to bed. That's when I suddenly heard scratching coming from my door. So I immediately turned my light on and shouted, "Who's there?" After a moment of silence, I heard the footsteps slowly fade away. At this point, I was thinking it could be some kids messing around, so I got up, opened the door, and peeked my head outside. I glanced in both directions down the dark and slim hallways. That's when my heart stopped. A man emerged from the darkness and ran erratically towards me. His face was contorted as he screamed, and I could see he was holding a
Get in the room!
As he got closer, I could see him more clearly. He had disgusting long,
Get
dirty
in the room!
hair.
Get in the
His
room!
clothes were ripped, and he had cuts and bruises all over.
Get in the room!
I quickly slammed my door and
Are you
pressed
still gonna
against
stand
it,
out there and get
praying
killed?
that the man would just go away. After what felt like hours, I finally gathered my courage and looked through the peephole. He was gone. I let out a sigh of relief and checked the peephole again.
Let me check it again.
My heart started pumping faster than ever before. He was right in front of
Ugh,
me.
I don't want to look at
A
it.
smile on his face, and all of a sudden he raised his knife and yelled, "I'm gonna
Bam!
kill you!" I jumped back and kept my eyes locked on the bottom of the door as I backed up to my bed. I grabbed my phone and started dialing the police. As I raised the phone to my ear, I saw that the shadow was gone. When the
Yes,
police
it's
arrived,
fine.
I tried to explain what happened, and they checked the security cameras. They almost immediately recognized the man. He had been doing this to people for a while now, and the police had been trying to track him down for months. After a long night of no sleep, I finally arrived at the right hotel that I had booked initially in Tokyo.
Tokyo.
That creepy guy was still on my mind, but I thought the chances of him being here were pretty slim, so I didn't bother locking my door that night. At 12:05 a.m., I woke up to a big bang next to me. I turned around to see the same guy passed out on the floor.
Run
with a knife
out!
in hand. I was in shock. How did he find me? I quickly ran out of the room and locked him inside. The cops came and he was finally arrested. Let's just say I'm always going to be locking my doors from now on.
So, guys, I think he probably learned his lesson from that. I think he really did. So, guys, and this is a lesson I'm going to tell you guys. Lock your doors all times. Even if you're not even home, still lock the door. Even if you're in a hotel too, like this one. Lock the door. Okay? You feel me, people? Feel me? You feel me, people? Yeah. Yeah. Alright, guys, so this next one is anime Filipino horror story. Kahitlo Negia. Dying the N-word, y'all chill. Alright. Historia. I don't know how to spell it. Kahotlangia Estoga something scary. Okay, that title up there. Let me do. I don't know. We'll just
Hi, Oddings. It's your Ate Sapphire. I'm really excited to share this short that we've been working on. It's what something scary could look like as a fully animated show. If you like it and want to see more like this, please share it with your friends. And consider supporting the show by joining our Patreon at patreon.com/snarled. A very special thank you to all of our current patrons who not only got an early sneak peek, but also have access to other exclusive perks.
Hi, I'm Gabi'i. It is currently midnight here in Cebu City, and here's your nightly reminder to be cautious of the creature. There have already been 3 deaths this week, so wear your garlic, say your prayers, and if you hear its high-pitched call, run. Now, it does not attack everyone. It seems to only be targeting young children and expectant mothers, so please keep your children and any pregnant women you know safe. I'm Annabelle Cruz with the Nightly News.
Oh, she's trying to contact her nose. Oh, she got the cross. Jesus. Y'all know. God bless you. Here's how to see. That's another cross. This shit. Oh, that was a church that they were going to. Ooh.